Hello, good to have you with us. This is English News Broadcast on ERi-TV at 10:30 p.m. and I am Salim Brhana, here from the headquarters in Asmara. First, the top stories. Volunteer blood donation program in the Central Region. Commemoration of International Women's Day. North Korea conducted second important spy satellite test. At least 27 soldiers killed in Central Mali attack. Members of the National Union of Eritrean Women from the 13 subzones in the Central Region and women in the civil service voluntarily donated 235 bags of blood in connection with 8 March International Women's Day. Mrs. Salome Gebrselassie, head of political affairs at the Union branch in the Central Region, said that the objective of the voluntary blood donation was to save lives with their renewable blood. Commending the initiative the members took to enrich the National Blood Transfusion Service, the head of promotion and information of the National Voluntary Blood Donors Association, Mr. Mehreta Abar-Aya, called on others to follow the noble example of the members of the Union. In the same vein, environmental sanitation programs has been conducted in Massawa in connection with the International Women's Day. At the occasion, Mrs. Jami'a Raki, head of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in the northern Red Sea region, gave briefing on the struggle of the Eritrean women to realize their gender equality and contribution in the struggle for independence and safeguarding the national sovereignty as well as in nation-building process. The participants on their part adopted various recommendations, including for conducting sustainable awareness-raising activities and organizing training programs with the view to develop the overall capacity of women. International Women's Day, 8 March, was commemorated on 5th March at regional level in Barantu, featuring cultural and artistic programs. At the occasion, Mrs. Yihdega Yohannes, head of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in the Gashbarka region, gave extensive briefing on the role and contribution of Eritrean women in realizing their rightful place in the history of the country and called for reinforced participation in the national affairs, indicating that the theme of the commemoration, principled belief for timely imperative, reminds and shoulders the timely responsibility of women. Mrs. Yihdega called for strengthening participation for total emancipation and empowerment of women, pointing out that the participation of women in all sectors is growing from time to time. Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Jabir, secretary of the PFDJ in the region, said that the transformation of women being witnessed attests to the long journey the Eritrean women have passed through to realize their gender equality. At the event, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students and the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers delivered messages of the solidarity. The residents of Addis Anaf administrative area, Gala Nefhi subzone, are conducting road renovation and expansion popular campaign with the help of machineries. The 7-kilometer road along the Asmara-Mandefera main road is vital in facilitating the daily social and economic lives of the residents. The residents, alongside their labor contribution in the renovation process, they have also contributed over 500,000 nafa for machinery expenses. According Mr. Takhluf Shatyon, administrator of the administrative area, over 80% of the renovation and expansion activity has been finalized, indicating that road has been damaged due to flooding and other reasons has been creating difficulty for transporting the sick and pregnant women to health facilities. The residents said that with the renovation and expansion of the road, their problems will be addressed. Addis Anaf is located 19 kilometers south of Asmara. And now we'll be back with the international news after a short break. Stay tuned. North Korea said it conducted another important test for reconnaissance satellite system. State news agency KCNA reported today, a day after regional military authorities reported the launch of the ballistic missile from the country for the second time in a week. The launch drew condemnation from the governments in the United States, South Korea, and Japan, which fear the North is preparing to conduct a major weapons test in coming months. They see the North's satellite launch as tiny veiled tests of ballistic missile technology banned by United Nations Security Council resolution. North Korea's National Aerospace Development Administration, NADA, and the Academy of Defense Science conducted the launch under the plan of developing a reconnaissance satellite, KCNA reported. It was the second such launch in a week to test satellite equipment and the ninth missile launch this year. KCNA said that through the test, the NADA confirmed the reliability of data transmission and reception system of the satellite, its control command system, and various ground-based control systems. A militant attack on an army base in central Mali on Friday killed at least 27 soldiers and wounded 33 more. 7 soldiers are still missing following the complex attack in the rural commune of Mondoro, which involved car bombs. This is according to the government statement. 70 terrorists were killed in the military's response, the statement said, without specifying which militant group was responsible. Affiliates of both the Al-Qaeda and Islamic State are active in central Mali. Mali has been facing an Islamist insurgency since Al-Qaeda linked militants seized its desert north in 2012, forcing former colonial power fronts to intervene to drive them back the following year. The militants have since regrouped and seized vast swaths of the Malian countryside, while also expanding into Niger, Burkina Faso, and other neighboring countries. International Atomic Energy Agency Chief Rafael Grossi visited Tehran yesterday, March 5th, as Iranian officials expressed hopes to reach an understanding to secure the revival of a 2015 nuclear deal between the Islamic Republic and world powers. Grossi's trip has raised hopes for progress on one of the last thorny issue, blocking a deal to revive the nuclear pact abandoned in 2018 by former U.S. President Donald Trump, who also re-employed far-reaching sanctions on Iran. Since 2019, Tehran has breached the deal's nuclear limit and gone well beyond, rebuilding stockpiles of enriched uranium, refining it to higher fissile purity, and installing advanced centrifuges to speed up output. All parties involved in the talks aimed at bringing Tehran and Washington back into compliance with the nuclear pact have said they were close to reaching an agreement in Vienna. And now let's remind you the top stories. Voluntary blood donation program in the Central Region. Commemoration of International Women's Day. North Korea conducted second important spy satellite test. At least 27 soldiers killed in Central Mali attack. That's all with the news for this evening. Thanks for watching.